Hey folks, how you doing? Ken here. Just thought I'd give you a quick update. Temperature-wise, pond is doing well. 18 degrees, probably 18 and a half degrees. Um, and that has been without the heater. I still have the covers on it, as you'll see in a minute. Probably leave them another couple of weeks. The weather, there's been a lot of sun, which really helps. It's free heat, especially under the covers. Over the last couple of weeks. Temperature is probably 15, 16 degrees. I think it's up to about 17 today, but it is due to get cooler in the next week, which means the heater will probably kick in, but I'll hold it at 18. Um, in here, not much else. I think it was Sean suggested, I mentioned I was getting a lot of crap gathering. Now, I just hoover it out, not the end of the world, but it gathers in the dirty side of the drum. It is pretty common. A friend helped me install this, and he was saying to make sure you have your skimmer in the middle. So I've three, I have two bottom drains either side and the skimmer in the middle. He said because the skimmer's a slower flow, if you have it either side, it means crap just gathers in the corner of the drum. However, the crap just gathered in the middle. It didn't make an awful lot of difference. But Sean on the forum mentioned sticking an air stone. Now, I'd looked at that before and didn't do it, not sure why. So I did add one. You can see the blue pipe here off my large pump. That's what I use for the biochamber. I just put a T on it, and this pipe is going down to an air stone just right under the inlet. You won't see it, it's a bit dark. And it has worked really well. It solved the problem, I'd say 95%. There's very little gathers there now, which is great. Um, and I was looking, I did have a bit of that black air hose, and I used the last of it there last year, and I was saying, oh, I must get some more. And I was searching Amazon and realized that it's actually the same hose more or less as what's used for air tools, an air compressor in a garage. And I had an old um, roll of that where the connector at the end, the pipe had split, so there's no use. So I was able to cut a bit off that and use it and just put a T in. I put a valve in to allow me to balance, but I didn't need it. So that works very well. So delighted with that. But otherwise in here, um, it's good. I've been up in the feeding a bit with the Nutrimare. It's a mix of Nutrimare and wheat germ, which I've been lessening the wheat germ. So the poi are eating well. Only one problem is with my Shiro. I mentioned, I think, in a couple of videos, particularly over the winter, you can just see him swimming there. He's not too bad, but a bit awkward if you can see the way just seems to be more effort. It's hard to describe it, but he's not swimming smoothly. But he was sitting down in the corner here all winter. Now he did come up to feed, which was a good sign, but I took him out last weekend and had a look. He's very pink. You don't see it as much when he's in the pond, but when you take him out and bowl him, you can see very clearly there's a lot of pink there, which tells you he's stressed. No ulceration. I did a few scrapes on him, no parasites either that I can see. So I did give him a salt bath. Now the salt bath definitely seems to have helped. He's stopped lurking down in the bottom of the pond, and he's up and around, but still looks a bit worse for wear. I'd just be worried about bacterial disease, to be honest. I had that a couple of years ago, and I think it was a bacterial disease, but I lost a couple of koi and 9 goldfish. Um, but what I'll do is I'll stick in a few Vericon. I should really have done it before the this stage of the season when I'm feeding, because Vericon can kick the filter a bit. I'll keep an eye on it. But Vericon is it's in tablet form. You can get powder, and it's a disinfectant. You can use to disinfect equipment, or you can use it in the pond. I think it's 1 tablet per 1,000 gallons or something like that. So I'll stick a bit in just for insurance. But otherwise, the fish are doing well. The ammonia's been up a bit, well, in terms of the HANA test, up at 0.08, which is a bit on the high side. It should ideally be close to 0, if not 0. But that's kind of expected when I'm starting to up the feeding. The nitrite has been fine, 0.07. You'll always get nitrite, by the way, with the Hannah. They're much more accurate, but you don't want it to go much above 0.1. Ammonia is slightly different. It generally stays at 0 or close enough to it. The back part of the pond, I did treat it for blanket weed yet again. It's been an ongoing struggle even under the covers. There's nothing in it, it's just stagnant water, which probably doesn't help. And the lilies are blooming, and it's a couple of buds there. When I take the covers off, I'll start cleaning that out, and I'll PP it, including the lilies, just to make sure there's nothing like trick, given it's been stagnant water. I've also been flushing the water through from the filter on that line every few weeks, just to not have stagnant water sitting in the pipe for the waterfall all winter. That's kind of it. I've been half thinking about maybe at some stage in the future converting this back piece into a quarantine. To be a proper quarantine, it needs to have its own filter. Now, there is pipe work already there. I could just redirect it over into the corner here and put in an easy pod or something like that, and have a retrofit. There's no bottom drain in there either. As I said many times, if I was doing the pond again, I wouldn't do that. My wife wanted a bit of a water feature, and even admits herself now it's a bit pointless. But yeah, we'll see. Definitely not this season, but something maybe for the future. It's a couple of thousand litres. It'll be more than enough for smaller fish, but to be a proper quarantine, it needs to be a completely separate system from the main ponds, and I wouldn't be able to use the heater or any of the filtration or whatever there, obviously. So I need to give it a bit more thought, but just one of those thoughts. So yeah, that's about it. It's a very quick one for a change. If you have any thoughts on the Shiro as to what could be going on there, bacterial is sort of one I'm a bit worried about. Could be an injury as well. The fact he's not swimming well, could have got an injury towards the end of last season and just hasn't really recovered. I don't know. Positive that the salt bath seemed to help in whatever it was, but definitely no parasites there. Other than that, let me know, and I will talk to you again soon. All the best. Cheers.